Hi, everyone. Oh my goodness. How's everybody doing? We had a little technical difficulty on our end this evening, so we're off to a little late start. So perhaps some people have come and gone, but we are here. And who else is joining us live is Pam, Tracy, wonderful, Mary, Barb, and let's see, Adriana is here, and Lydia, who's known as Smoky GR, and um, and Terry. Look at this is a wonderful. Oops, let me get this ticker tape stopped. Uh, Let me get this out of the way. Let's. We are not going to do a shopping show. We are not going to be trying to. Let me just banners. Okay. Let me just see. I'm going to get into the comment section. And Sharon is here. Sharon, I hope you're home from hospital now. You joined us last week from hospital. I hope you're all on the mend, and that's terrific. And Lori is here, and Linda, lovely group of people. Yes, we are off to a bit of a late start this evening. My mom is our special guest, and you know, the poor lady, the poor mom, she's in her 80s and she is just a technical, what's the term? She's savvy. But we had a little difficulty getting hooked up, and but she's comfortable at home, and she's got the iPad ready to go. Who else is here? Debbie is here. Wonderful. Oh my gosh. Sharon has been in hospital for 4 weeks now from a simple fall. That doesn't sound so simple. And Cecile is here. Merry Christmas, everyone. So, Merry Christmas and welcome to a special edition of Shop with Diane, where I am not here to show you products and invite you to place orders with me so you can organize an after show pickup. Instead, we are just coming together for our third Christmas now since the start of the pandemic, where it's just a chance for us to come together and share with one another our holiday greetings, um, share some traditions, some stories. And it's a time for us to interact because we've built a wonderful community over these years. And kind of depend on one another, coming together Thursday evenings live, and we feel connected this way. And I know there are a number of people that watch regularly the repeats of the show. So to those who are watching not Thursday evening, but maybe Friday or Saturday or a week from now, Merry Christmas from Shop with Diane show. I'm Diane, owner of the store Take a Hike and Take Two Boutique, which is located in Thunder Bay, where we are receiving a really big a lot of snow falling. I've already shoveled a foot of snow from my parking lot, and more is on its way. And I know some folks are watching us from not here in Thunder Bay, but across the country, across the border as well. And it sounds like there is major weather events happening everywhere. And unfortunately, if anybody is planning on doing some traveling, those travel plans may be disrupted. And so, you know, it's disappointing. Maybe people aren't getting to where they want to go, but it's most important to stay safe. And so, who else do we have joining us? If you're watching us live on Facebook or on the Shop with Diane YouTube channel, welcome. I see that we now have Judy joining us, and Natalie, Heather. Oh my gosh, a wonderful group of people. So welcome. I this is the 131st time that I have come to you live to do a show, and when you think about how many hours that is that many of you have joined me, it is really special. It's really special. Now, my mom is in the wings, and she is going to be my guest. And what's the format this evening? I'm going to ask her some questions, and she's going to do her best to answer them. And I'd also like you to interact as well and answer them as well. And let me just, oh, there's one thing I wanted to do. Set the mood. I'm trying something different this evening. So, let me just see. Let me see if I can get a little background music going. Okay, this is the tune, and that sounds pretty good. And let's get in. And here's my mom. Smile, Mom. We're going to bring you on.
Oh dear. Oh dear. My goodness. Hello, everybody. Oh wow. This has been a hectic 15 or 20 minutes we've had here, Diane, but we finally made it.
Yes. Yeah, terrific.
And you know what? I was going to get my hair all fixed up and my makeup, but in all this commotion, oh my goodness. Anyway, here I am, folks. Hi, Diane.
Hi, Mom.
So Mom, on the show.
Can you see in the comment section? Can you see people?
No, I don't want to touch anything because I might screw it up and I'll disappear. So I'll just have to listen to what you're saying.
Okay. There's a little bit of static, so it must mean the iPad is scratching on something. So sit still, okay?
I'm trying my best here.
Okay, so what people are saying is Heather saying, hi, Mom, and oh, you look beautiful, Elsie. I can put those up here. You can see those.
Oh, okay. And everybody can see and hear you. Okay.
And look at this.
Okay.
Look at this.
I see Natalie here. Oh, thank you, Natalie.
Okay. Yeah. So Mom, you're at home comfortably in Slate River where the snow has fallen. And
yes.
How much snow did you get today?
Dad, how much snow did we get today? Oh, too much. Dad's been out there blowing snow every day. I mean, he's only 97, but he's out there blowing snow, and he comes in and he's doing okay. Yeah, we had a lot of snow.
Super. So this evening, what we'd like to do is just share some of our family traditions and stories and ask other people to join in as well. So I'd like to first start off by saying that what makes this my favorite time of year, or one of the best times of year, is because I get to see people step up and show kindness and express greetings of the season when normally people aren't so necessarily so social. And having the store the last 26 years, I really get to see that happening. And I love the lights, I love the food, I love the music, I love it all, and never tired. What do you love most about Christmas or this time of year, Mom?
Mom, what do I love? I love its family time. I love when the family gets together. I love it when I can decorate. I love to decorate from the outside, from the gate, from the gate post to the bottom of the end of the basement. Love to decorate. Love to cook, and it's so important to see the family together. There's so many things I love about it all.
Okay.
It's not the snow. Too much snow. White Christmas is okay, but this is way too much.
Okay. So in the comment section, so we get a bit of a dialogue going and sharing. Please share with us what you love most about Christmas time, because it is a special time, and we put a lot of effort into it. And so please, in the comment section, I'll post those periodically as well. Food, Mom, and everyone. What is your favorite food at this time of year? And you just sit still there, Mom. We're getting seasick.
I'm in a swivel rocking chair, and it's very comfortable, but very annoying for the viewers, I'm sure.
So, what do you like most? What food do you normally cook?
Oh well, hey, we're Ukrainian, and you have to have or try to have 12 dishes, meatless dishes on Christmas Eve. Sometimes that's a little hard to do, but then on Christmas Day, then we will have turkey and all the leftovers from the night before, and some vegetables, mashed potatoes, and fruitcake. I make fruitcake. Not everybody likes fruitcake, but I made 4 fruitcakes this year, and I hope I don't have to eat it all by myself. Yeah, I just yes, it's a feast. It's feasting. Cabbage rolls, pita, mushrooms, uh, the fish, everything, meatless and with meat on Christmas Day. Wonderful food.
So we're of Ukrainian heritage, and it is tradition on Christmas Eve, as my mom said, to have 12 meatless dishes, which represents the 12 apostles, the 12 months of the year as well. And in honor of just the great day, it's meatless. And then the turkey comes out on Christmas. But one of the dishes that was your favorite, and have a picture to pull up. I'm going to show everyone what this is. And Mom, maybe you can talk about it. Just give me a moment here. Your daughter is learning some technology. Oh, where did I put it? Hold on here. Okay, here we go. What is that?
That's kutya. That is wheat with poppy seed, ground poppy seed, and honey. And yes, that's that's the first thing that you eat on your Christmas Eve supper.
Okay.
And there's a tradition, but we never did it. Apparently, our friend Mary Germain and her husband Steve would do this. Steve would take a spoonful of the wheat and he would throw it up to the ceiling. And if a lot of it stuck to the ceiling, the farmers would have a good harvest. I don't know how Mary scraped it off the ceiling, but anyway, that's that's one tradition. Yes. So okay, next dish.
Okay. So that is we start every Christmas Eve meal with kucha. And so some of the favorite dishes, I asked my dad, who is 97 in the wings there, who's been out clearing snow. I asked him last Christmas, and I asked what his favorite food is, and he loves pierogies with sauerkraut, as do I. And
Perohea.
Ahead, and the mushrooms, the wild mushrooms called pipanki. But we all, it's not a Ukrainian tradition. Our family loves another bread that you make, and the Finnish people would call it pulla, but we call it cardamom bread. So have you made it yet, Mom?
Not yet. We want it really fresh. And it's braided, and well, the traditional Ukrainian collage is braided and made in a circle. Maybe that's what I can do this year. I will braid it and make it in a circle and have a traditional collage.
Okay, well, that's a twist. You know, you can change some of the traditions.
We love the taste of it.
so to please share with us, folks, what is your favorite food? I see nalesnike.
Nalesnike.
Is Betty is saying she loves kucha, nalestika, and mushrooms. And who was somebody earlier was talking at Terry cooks a lot of traditional Italian dishes. I think on other shows, people were talking about meat pie. Is that French tradition?
That sounds like a French custom, I think.
Yes.
Tortillere.
So, tortillere, correct. So, well, if you're just joining us, if this is not your regular Shop with Diane show, we have been doing this show for 3 Christmases now, and rather than leaving people at home alone, or you may be snowed in this evening, but it's a chance for our community to come together and pass on Christmas greetings to one another, share some holiday traditions, stories, and so on. So our guest is my mom, Elsie, who is a regular, a fan of the show, fan of one of my biggest supporters, not just for the business, but in life. So great to have her here. Well, she's at home, and we were off to a little late start because a little technical difficulty getting hooked up. But let me see. Tortillers is mentioned in by Cecile, and Christmas pudding with rum sauce. Okay,
Oh,
so
yes.
and
Christmas pudding.
um, Betty's asking, do you put a candle in the braided bread? Betty, she kind of goes the cardamom route more recently. I don't remember candle.
We do have we have the candle. We have the candle
Okay,
at,
so,
at a supper table.
so Cecile's also mentioning sugar pie. It all sounds so great. So I'm going to move on to something else. Decorations. You mentioned at the introduction you love to decorate, and she does, people. If you noticed outside my store, the green boughs, the potted greenery that I've done, I did not go and gather the greenery. That was my mom and dad who dropped off a bunch of it, and I just put it into the pots and so on. But you should see my mom's and dad's home right now. They got these big, big potted evergreens everywhere. They got Christmas lights on the fence, a big wreath on the top of the garage. The veranda is covered. You come into the house, and oh, there's
Dad. Take your hat off. You're in the house.
My dad gets a little chilly, and he's in the background. So tell us.
Where's Dad? Oh, Dad's over there. Okay.
Oh, okay. So what else? Tell us about some of the decorations that you put up.
Well, we have lights on the railing. We have snowflakes, big snowflakes on the other side of the house on the railing. We have these potted greenery. We've got bows on our gate posts. We've got string lights on our fence, which is like about, I don't know, 60, 80 feet, whatever, of lighting along the fence. But hey, we're in an area where you kind of have to, because you feel like Mrs. and Mrs. Scrooge if you don't. Our neighborhood is beautifully lit up. We have neighbors, well, a half a mile or so. Everybody's lighting it up, and it's lovely. Oh, but can I suggest something? That if people have an opportunity to take a drive down Highway 130 off of Arthur Street, you know, the place with the dinosaurs. Now, that's a place that is just phenomenal. That gentleman just decorates unbelievably beautifully decorate. I'm getting this all mixed up, but anyway, it's amazing. So if you've got an opportunity to take an evening drive when the snow stops falling, do take a drive down Highway 130. It's really worth the effort. Yes. I guess I'm getting off subject, but that's what I do. Sorry, Diane.
So yeah, people and many of
Where's
you,
Dad?
Many of you have.
Well, we can't see it though. We'll try and focus. There's Dad. Hi, Dad.
Oh, Dad, step up, get up, come closer to the camera.
Come closer.
Or just
okay.
Even just
come on, 1, 2, 3. You can make it. He's on a rocking chair.
Okay, so there's my dad, Mike, who is
it's not just Diane. She's got all her friends on there too.
Two peas in a pod. And so yeah, so many of you have done beautiful decorating, and I appreciate those, especially who have bought poinsettias, some of those vine balls this year for me and so on. And you've sent me photographs about how you've used them to decorate your home, and that's really special. And that's part of being a store owner, is that you help people make their homes Christmas magic. Okay, Mom.
Okay, I just have to show you something else. I got a beautiful bouquet of flowers from my daughter-in-law. She dropped by this evening, and she had to pick up some tomato juice for me for my cabbage rolls. And then she thought, oh, well, maybe I'll bring her some flowers. So I have a beautiful bouquet of flowers sitting here. I don't know if I'm able to show it, but there it is. There it is.
Lovely.
Add to the Christmas decor.
Okay, lovely.
So
okay,
thank you, Susan.
Okay, so thank you, Susan. And stop moving, because we're going to get a little. It's all good. And let me see what else people are saying. Mary has seen that uh, one year it was awesome, the display, and waffles and strawberries and whipped cream. And your dad would cook the waffles for lunch. And oh my goodness. And you're in Atlanta, Georgia. Oh my gosh. This is fantastic. Um, and Pamela is saying hello to Dad. And look at these. Lots of great comments being made. So you don't have to look at the comments section there, Mom. And oh, look at that. And Adora is decorates her tree in Georgia with Canadian ornaments. That's fantastic. I'm going to show you a couple ornaments, speaking of decorating. So during the pandemic, first year, here's some of the ornaments I made out of the face masks. Remember these? Oh my gosh. So that is sort of very contemporary out of face masks, the angels. And then last year, since we were selling masks that were plaid, we have an angel in checkered plaid. Very cool. And I'm going to show everyone some that you have painted, Mom. So my mom was into folk art big time, and she made many decorations. And this is one that she made in 1995. So there's a couple here. Aren't those beautiful? So very lots of talent. My mom was a dairy farmer, my dad as well. And they had a 300-acre farm, 6 children. Christmas was chaotic. I can't imagine how you pulled it all together. It was amazing. Not only it was the decorations and the food, it was the presents to get together. Now they weren't over the top. There were a main gift and the stocking, pretty much, but we had a few gifts. So tell us about some of your presents. When you were young, what would you get?
Who, me?
Yes, you.
Not me. In my day, it was your guests maybe, but in my day, it was just a religious holiday, and it was the Depression, and gifts weren't part of the whole spirit or celebration of Christmas. It was no, that came later. Our gifts were when we went to school. There would be a Christmas concert, and we were able to get a 50-cent gift. So we had to write a request for what we would like. It could be a pen or something very, very small. And at our Christmas concert, we would get a mandarin orange and our 50-cent gift. That was the big deal. That was the gift, the main gift that I got as a child. Things changed as time progressed, and things got a little bit better. But the Depression was a different lifestyle and everything.
Okay, so part of that Christmas gift, do you remember it? Okay, not your generation, but I remember as children, we could not sleep. We could not wait for Santa to come, and we'd come down the stairs of our old farmhouse only to hear from downstairs, you or Dad saying, "Get back to bed."
Oh no, I was supposed to tell that story.
Is Dad falling asleep back there? Dad falling asleep back there?
No, okay. He's not. He's peeking over my shoulder.
My mom, she'd have to go milk the cows, do the cooking, do the laundry, gift wrapping, send the kids up to bed as they were going to come and see if Santa had brought their stockings or their gifts. But and now gift giving is a big thing. I'm a store owner, and what I've loved for 26 years is being able to help people find the perfect gift that was really meaningful. And I've enjoyed doing that very much. And I know some of the gifts that you received, you still love the thermal hair socks. I've said I'm not going to do selling, but those socks are great. Remember the days of chlorophyll polar fleece long johns, I think 20 years ago, and we're still going strong. Lots of interesting gifts have come from the store. Let me just see what other comments we have coming up from the Betty. A bag of orange and Christmas candy at the concert. No,
Exactly, Betty. Exactly. Same thing. Same thing. Oh, can I say something, Diane?
sure.
I was going to get you. I was going to bring you the cookbook, but I can't go get it right now. Your Betty Crocker cookbook that you got. How old were you?
Mm.
9 or 10 years old. And
That'd be
Johnny's
yeah.
birthday was. And Johnny's birthday, or your brother John's birthday was on December the 26th. So on the morning after Christmas, you made him a birthday cake and decorated it. Dad, can you get that cookbook that's on the kitchen table there with the Betty Crocker, please? I got to show that book. It's I don't know
So
why you didn't take it with you, Diane.
so
I get
so my brother John, when she said it was his birthday, sadly he had passed on. So
oh
I have
yes, that
5 brothers. Ron, who has a farm, John, who passed on, and 3 younger brothers as well. So,
okay. It's in the kitchen. There should be a Betty Crocker cookbook in on the table, please.
and everybody wants that cookbook. The reason is it
Let
has
us.
amazing molasses cookies that all of you love, and I would have to make several batches of those to feed my brothers.
It's
Um,
an old worn cookbook, Dad.
let's see. From Barb is from visit. Barb is in Saskatchewan. She's not spending much time in Thunder Bay these days. Hi, Barb. Let's see.
Thank you, Dad.
And
Thanks, Dad.
so many old cookbooks from her mom. Let's see. Thank you, Monica. Loving the stories. Okay, now that is my cookbook, people, and maybe Mom, you can rifle through it if you find the
Okay,
molasses
maybe
cookie.
excuse me for a minute, and I will find the picture of the cake. Actually, here it is.
I
Here.
made that cake for my brother Don. If you can,
Oops, it's sorry, folks. I'm kind of. What did I do? I put my finger over something. There we go. Boy, this is.
reminds me
Oh, here we go. You kind of get the message. There it is. It's a beautiful castle.
like the friendly giant. Okay.
Okay,
Okay.
just
So
had to share that with everybody.
thank you for so thank you Santa for giving me that cookbook, and thank you for sharing that with us. And so presents, we had presents, and uh, yeah. So music, favorite music. Let me see. Oh my goodness! And look at this. Terry gave the same cookbook to her niece years ago, and Pamela, it just thinks you're great. Pamela, I
Oh,
hope you're
thank you, Pamela.
having a great evening, and I hope your mom Joan is joining us from Toronto as well, watching the show. That would be lovely if she is, but on YouTube, I think it is. And so, music, favorite music. I personally Hark the Herald Angels Sing. I love it when Charlie Brown and Snoopy sing it, or at the end of that. I love that. I love Oh Holy Night. Uh, and in the store, we have the version by Nana Muscuri. Love that version. And on her CD, also, we have um, Little Toy Train. And why that one I love, because Kathy Haig used to work at the store, and the rest of the staff love that song, but Kathy not so much. So every time we hear it, we smile, because Kathy was a hoot, and brought good memories back. But so many lovely songs. Let me just. What's your favorite song, Mom?
Oh my goodness. Oh, little town of Bethlehem, possibly. Silent Night. Um, I can't name one. They're all so beautiful. The traditional ones. I had them playing all afternoon on. I'd cast them onto the television, and it was just beautiful. I was uh, doing some work in the kitchen, and just really, it was so peaceful. It was so calming. Just what it was wonderful. The old traditional Christmas carols are so beautiful, all of them.
So, what our family would do is on Christmas Eve or Christmas Day, depending when, we would go to church and Ukrainian Catholic church, and there would be traditional songs sung as well. And some years, Ukrainian Christmas carolers would come many years ago to the farm and sing. Um, and uh, yeah, so and there was one year too, or a couple of years. It was my young nieces and when my nieces and nephews were really young. I had a book, and it had buttons in it that if you press the button, it would play the tune to a Christmas carol. And we had collectively, the little ones and I, learned the Christmas carols, and we went to family members' homes and caroled. And our interest was to raise money for Shelter House at the time. And then we, after going caroling and getting our family to give us donations, we went to Shelter House and dropped it off. And I think it was a really good lesson because my young nieces and my nephew got to see people that had uh, were going through difficult times and got to realize how fortunate we all are. So that Christmas is about giving and recognizing that not everyone uh, can spend it with family, can spend it in enjoying food and the decorations and so on. So that's part of Christmas for me as well. Um, so let me just carry on. Look at what do we have? Oh my goodness, we got put up some extra comments. Looking beautiful, Elsie.
Oh, how kind of you. I didn't have a chance to even fix my hair.
Oh, I'm so
Thank
sorry.
you.
Pam's just mentioning that her mom Joan is ill, and so she's not watching. Oh my goodness. Well, please
Oh, I'm
extend
sorry to
our
hear
best
that.
wishes. Hello, Joan. Should you watch the retake? Um, Terry's father used to sing "O Holy Night" in French for us, and it was always her favorite. That would have been beautiful. And favorite movie, "It's a Wonderful Life," is good. Movies are good to include in here. Winter Wonderland, White Christmas, lots of beautiful songs. Feliz Navidad by Harry Belafonte and Monica Silent Night and Elvis's Blue Christmas. Okay, so how's everybody doing? I hope you're all comfortable in your favorite chair and um, enjoying our time to come together and celebrate Christmas, feeling like we've had a bit of a visit with one another. Just gonna so Christmas events. Having had a store, really don't have time to get out during this Christmas period. And that's one thing that has not been good about store ownership is just trying to find the time to take in the concerts and the parades and um, you know sleigh rides and so on. But I get to experience the magic here. Um, but over the years, there have been lots of events in in rural life, in Slate River life. What are the events that you have been participating in over
Well, I belong to the Slate River Women's Institute, and for I can't remember how many decades, the ladies, we would get together and we would put on a Christmas dinner for the seniors. We would have the turkey, the dressing, the all the fixings. It was wonderful. And then we would have entertainment. We would have singers. Lois Cook would sing for us, Georgie Davis, and No, a number of people for entertainment. Um, we would have Santa Claus come and Mrs. Claus, um, and or the elf would come along with Santa and distribute a small gift for everyone. That was a really quite a highlight for the in the community. Um, and that carried on, and then COVID kind of put a damper on everything. But this year we had it again, but it was just a light lunch, and it was so nice to see people that we hadn't seen for like 3 years because of the COVID. Unfortunately, a lot of the people weren't there anymore. They had passed on, and that was sad. Um, the interesting thing was, my son and a lot of his classmates were invited because they were now seniors. But I asked my son Ron, why didn't you come? Oh, that's for the old folks. But I said, but you're a senior now. Oh, no, that doesn't count.
Yeah, she keeps trying to tell us. She keeps trying to tell us that we're going to be seniors soon, but we don't buy this. As
Yeah,
long as
it would have been kind of awkward, to have your son and your godson, godchildren there too, at the seniors.
So I remember too in Slate River growing up, we'd catch the school bus and go to Slate River School. My mom was actually in the very first Slate River School, and when she was growing up, and they tore that down. I think it turned into the Slate River Hall, and then they built the Slate River School, and then they tore that down and it became Valley Central School. And some of your grandchildren have gone to that. So our family has been part of the Slate River community for a very long time. But I remember in elementary school where we would go across from the Slate River School to where they moved the old school, the Slate River Hall, and we would do our Christmas concert there. And that was a pretty big deal. And I don't know what songs we sang, but it was a big deal. And I hope many of you have had a chance to take in some of those really special children's Christmas concerts. Because that children are just so special, and that really makes Christmas. And then there's the concerts at the church. Sometimes during the service, there's a Christmas concert. So you want to say something, Mom? I can see.
I know. I just have to comment on the Slate River Hall. It was moved several times, and the last move was over to the Founders Museum on Highway 61. So that's got quite a history there.
Yeah.
So it would be really something for the people to stop by and visit there in the summer. They have an amazing collection of oh my goodness, equipment, machinery. Oh, even my cradle is there. Yes.
The Pioneer Village, yeah. You mentioned
Yeah,
that.
it's just the Pioneer Museum on Highway 61. That's a good old Slate River Hall, where many concerts and weddings and anniversaries and just lots of stuff happened there.
Yeah. So, what events do you like to take in every year? What's sort of your tradition or something that stands out? It's not a tradition, but many years ago, oh my goodness, it was in December. It was soon after I graduated from university. I went to Chicago for some training, and I got to see what downtown Chicago looked like at Christmas, and it was amazing. And I'll never forget that. And you'll wonder, you don't even remember me having gone, Mom, but it's okay. You had 6 kids, and they were all over the place. And
I know. Yeah, I couldn't keep up with everybody.
Okay, so our family's Christmas tradition, and maybe some of you could share in the comments section what yours are or have been. And I think it changes because the times change and the makeups of our families change. And maybe we're not in the same city any longer, or people have passed on, or people have joined our family, or COVID hits. But as I said at the start of the show, our tradition was to gather on Christmas Eve to have a large, delicious meal of 12 meatless dishes. That's in the Ukrainian heritage. And then following that, we would go to church. And it used to be late, midnight. Now it's sort of like 9 o'clock or so. That's good because we go to bed earlier now. And um, that's good. But always on the drive home from church, looking to see where some beautiful Christmas lights are. We'd always take, not we take the long way home to go and check out some Christmas lights. And then Christmas Day, we'd open our presents um, and have another big meal. And then Boxing Day. Remember the days when the stores were closed on Boxing Day? And it was my brother John's birthday, but it was also a day stores were closed and we went visiting. He visited people on Boxing Day, not this lining up to go do any crazy Christmas shopping or after Christmas sales. But uh, so what other traditions, Mom, can you recall? And what are some of the people that are watching? What's a regular thing that you do?
Oh, goodness gracious, traditions. Oh, I guess it's just the traditional meal, traditionally going to church, like the things you've mentioned, Diane. You've pretty well covered it all.
Yeah.
Um,
Okay.
but
So
now things have changed. It used to be, I would have we'd have the whole family, the children, the grandchildren, the my parents, and we'd have them all for Christmas dinner, and it was lovely. But over the years, things have changed, and our children have gone off on their own and started their own traditions, and we are invited to come for Christmas dinner, and which is lovely. And I say, well, I'll bring the cabbage rolls. So that's why I didn't have time to do my hair or to put on makeup. I was making cabbage rolls today. Anyway,
yeah,
that
people are
that's part of the traditions. It's cabbage rolls. Make my cabbage rolls. I'll
so
bring the cabbage rolls.
so people. Oh, so invite my mom out, everybody. You'll get the cabbage rolls. Okay. Some of the most memorable Christmases I can think of are, as I said, when the kids, my nieces and nephews were very young, it was either going around Christmas caroling, learning the carols together, or maybe when they were young, a bit of a tradition was memorable. I never wanted just to have them each have a gift and open it and move on. I would set up scavenger hunts. And what that would be is there would be three of them. And so I would wrap up three little presents and hide it somewhere on the property. But we would have a riddle that they would have to solve that would tell them where to find that gift. And when they found the three little presents, they put it in a pillowcase and read the next riddle and figure out where to go and find the next little cluster of gifts. And we would just be all over the yard on the really cold winters. We'd do it indoors, but we'd go around and then we would open the sack. And what we would do is they would each take turns opening them together. And it sort of was really prolonged gift giving and opening, but it was so much fun back then. And everybody should have an aunt who's single because you get spoiled like that at those days. But they too have gotten older and it's not so much what they want to do anymore. But those are some of the most happy memories. But as well, I think also for many people, there's memories as well of people that have passed from our families, our loved ones. And there was a Christmas that one sister-in-law, Tanya, was very ill, and we knew it would be her last Christmas. And I remember my grandfather, Dira, he was in his later days, and that Christmas was really special with him as well. And
Baba Pa.
and
Oh,
and and my baba, my mom's mom, who was really, oh, I meant to put the video, but I didn't. My baba used to do our Christmas commercials for Take a Hike, and she did them dog sledding, and she did somewhere we had baba approved pricing, and the last Christmas that she was with us, just before, she did a commercial for us, but she
in November. And
and
then she
she
passed away the 29th of December.
and so that Christmas was one that I went to visit my baba on Christmas Day, and she was having a really hard time. So my brother and nieces and nephews left me at the hospital, and I didn't need to have dinner with the family that Christmas. I spent it with my grandmother until my mom and dad were able to come and relieve me. But yeah, some Christmas memories are sad ones, but um, at the same time, I always remember Baba at Christmas, and so uh, it was a special time. It's a difficult time, and I know many people watching the show this evening are going through difficult times. So our hearts really go out to all of you, and yeah. So, Mom, are there any? What are your? Are there some Christmases that are outstanding for you? Whether you were, just a small little one, or when your kids were younger, or just more recently.
Well, I don't know. I think they were all special. They were all special. Once, once I started to have children, and they were all special. And all my children just made my Christmases special. And another thing too, and just listening to these Christmas carols this afternoon just kind of made me feel that they're bringing joy and peace to the world after all that's going on in this world. And you turn on the news and it's just so sad, and then you can switch the station to Christmas carols and soothing, and you realize that this is what Christmas is all about. It's peace and love and joy. So we have to take that into consideration. What Christ came into the world to bring us some peace and joy, and kind of forget about all the terrible things that are happening out there, and pray that things will get better. And I know I'm preaching a little bit, Diane, but those are my true feelings. Okay.
And so
I thought I just have to say my piece.
Joan's Baba passed away at home in 1963 on Christmas Day, so that stands out for her. So, and I know people are going through a difficult time, and people are missing those Eaton's displays. So, um, let's see, a nice Christmas story. Is there? I have so many Christmas stories because, which has become the gift that I've received has been the opportunity to be here at the store. And I remember one of the very first Christmases when my store is on Victoria Avenue, and we would be open extended hours. Oh my goodness, it was so hard. And Christmas Eve, I hadn't done the shopping for my gift buying until the store closed. And so I'd look around and, what did the customers leave behind and not purchase? And that from that, I would make my purchases, and I'd wrap the gifts. And I was leaving the store. It was quite late, trying to get there for Christmas Eve dinner. And but as I was leaving, there was this man at the door. Now, there was no cars downtown. This was on downtown Fort William, and it was silent downtown. But there was this man at my door, and he was a homeless man. And as I was leaving, I said, "Sir, can I help you?" And he said, "Asked me for money." Asked because uh, he wanted to buy some mitts. His hands were cold. And I thought, well, where are you going to find mitts on Christmas Eve? Everything's closed. So I said, "Sir, just let me go back into the store." So I went back into the store and I got a pair of mitts and I got a pair of socks and I got a little bit of cash and I came out the door and I was able to give him that. And it was, what are the chances of that happening? The store owner, it's beautiful downtown, it's quiet, and I got to help a homeless person when he most needed it. And that made me feel just amazing. Now, another time, just a nice story was, you know, there was a customer who was really quite frantic, um, and it was a day or two before Christmas, and her father just passed on. She was having out of town family coming. She hadn't done any of the Christmas shopping. She was overwhelmed, and it was my moment to say, "It's okay. I'm here to help." I asked my staff just to leave me and this customer, and I was able to help her quietly get her shopping done. And I said, "I bet you have a lot to do yet. So could you leave those gifts with me and I'll wrap them for you?" And was able to do that. And over, these are just, it's not about me being so kind. It's about the opportunity to help people and to feel the Christmas spirit at that time. And you see it all the time. There was a happy story, somebody, young man checking out through the checkout, and he was maybe about 20. And this was the days when we were on Bay Street, 200 people on a Saturday or two before Christmas. 200 people would cash out with big baskets full of things. It was crazy back then. And a young man bought a Christmas pin that was on the front counter. And then he turned to the woman behind him just before he left and he said, "Merry Christmas." And I got to witness just the kindest gesture by that young man. And that was Christmas. That was just sort of people being really kind to one another. And, so anyways, I'm sure all of you, if you give us some thought, and hopefully this evening's show is about us just having a chance to think about Christmases past and some of the good times that we've had, because we're so busy all the time and we're going and just reminiscing is really, I think, helpful in making our Christmas come together. So do you have any stories, Mom, that stand out or?
Oh gosh, you got me by surprise.
It's okay.
I'd have to think a bit. Um,
As you said, they're all special, right?
well, I got, one thing though, connected to your story. I know you were just so busy at around Christmas time, and you donated all these lovely Thurlow socks to Shelter House, and you didn't have time to go and hand them out. So Dad and I had the opportunity to go to Shelter House, and as the people kept coming in, we were handing out these lovely warm Thorlo socks, and that was a feel good moment too.
I think it
And
went.
so, and another thing too, Dad and I like to donate to Dewdrop Inn, and we were there just a week or so ago, and we like to even sit down before we make our donation. We like to sit. They say, "Would you like something to eat?" And I said, "Yes, I would." So we sit there and we chat with the other patrons. Is that what you would call them? I don't know, but it's really heartwarming to see the people coming in there and having a meal, and everybody is so kind. And then there's a shelf full of food and groceries that they just help themselves to, and, and it makes you feel good if you can help them to help these people. They're not all necessarily down and out, maybe financially, but I was told that there, a lot of them are lonely and they don't have any friends. So this is where they can come and have a meal and just chat with other people. And it makes you feel good if you can do something for someone that is in need of that kind of help, you know? And yeah, so we like to go for our anniversary and our birthdays, and we make a little donation and just sit and visit. Someday I'm going to just go in there without a donation and just see what it. Anyway, but it's heartwarming stories like that make you feel good, you know, when you can help someone that is they can use the help, you know. We're all pretty blessed that we can take care of ourselves and so we have to share, and that's what it's all about. Like my favorite saying is, "What would Jesus do?" That's all I can say. What would Jesus do?
She would she's a god. But anyways, what would Jesus do? He'd be watching Shop with Diane on Thursday nights at 7 o'clock, right?
I don't know, Diane. He would probably give all the stuff away, but you can't do
Okay.
that.
Okay. So I just want to say thank you to all of you for, first of all, thank you to my mom for,
My
I
pleasure, dear.
I think being a role model for not just, and my dad as well, role models for all of us to remain active and engaged and giving and caring. And my mom is a regular, as I said, on the show. She is showing that there is no age limit in terms of learning technology and being relevant today. So, and to come on as a guest, I know it was a little nerve-wracking to
It
try to
took a little effort.
connect, and she was willing to, she was ready to pull the plug, but I'm really happy you did not pull the
you,
plug and you
you
stepped up
did a good job, Diane, of getting me through it. Thank you.
this evening. So, I just want to say to all of you, thank you so much for not just for being patrons of my store the last 26 years, but also coming together through these really difficult times, through the pandemic, and it seems to go on, but becoming part of our community. I keep saying that those of you who have joined us virtually this way, those of you that I've met, and some of you hide in the wings all the time. I've not met you yet. I'm so looking forward to that day that it happens all the time. People say, "Oh yeah, I watch you all the time." They said, "But I've never seen your name." But it's you're all such warm-hearted, big-hearted people. You're appreciative. You're kind. You're my kind of people, and I am a product of my grandmother and grandfather's teachings, my parents' teachings. I'm trying to pass that on to a younger generation as well. And thank you so much. Merry Christmas. I am going to be back on next Thursday. We'll do a year-end sort of roundup and have a bit of a New Year's party. Maybe I'll bring out the cocktail bombs. If you are still wanting, though, to do some shopping, if you are still wanting to do some shopping, the store will be open for a pop-in and shop tomorrow, Friday, 11 to 4. And over the holidays, the store is going to be closed, but my phone number, oh, please write this down, because if anybody needs anything, I'm going to do my very best to accommodate you. Maybe you need some cocktail bombs or a pair of mohair socks or something special, and give me a call at that number, and I'll try to meet you here at the store. And let me just see if there's anything else that I need to sign off with. I think we're good. So let me just end it off with one of my favorite tunes, "Oh Holy Night." And thank you, Mom.
My pleasure.
Do you want to say good night and your best wishes?
Yes, I'm wishing everybody happy, healthy, Merry Christmas, and let there be peace on earth. And let it begin with me. Thank you for
Thank
having me on, Diane. It's been a real pleasure, and I'm proud of everything that you have done in your lifetime. So God bless you and
you.
all your wonderful customers.
Thank you.
Merry Christmas and Happy New Year.
Okay. Thank you, everyone. Good night.
Good night.
I'm just going to see. I'm just going to put some comments up. Let's look at some of the comments because they're just lovely. Let me just take a look at them. As
Well, thank you. Beautiful comments. Thank you, everyone, and best wishes to all of you. Dad, come on, pop in here for a minute.
okay.
Dad, let's see you.
Okay. We'll get my dad in there, and then we'll.
There you are, somewhere. Hi, Dad. How am I gonna?
Hold up the screen. Hold up the. Mom, hold up the iPad. Lift the iPad so you can catch Dad.
There's Dad.
Dad, crunch down. Sit down. Dad,
come on, crunch down closer to me, dear. Okay, that's not a good idea. Okay. That's okay. Dad's there.
Dad,
there he is. There he is.
Thank you, Diane.
Thank you, Dad.
Yes, everyone.
Okay. Okay, we're done.